All right, we've got three more big name UFAs to talk about here, fellas, and we're going to stay on the Colorado Avalanche theme here. And so starting with Andre Burakovsky. So he's our fourth UFA that we're going to talk about. Had a really nice regular season, a good scoring winger. He's got a lot of speed. Was in and out of the lineup in the playoffs, both due to injury and just a numbers game. I mean, Colorado was just so deep up front this season, as we all know, that, some good players had to be out of the lineup. But I think that Burakovsky could be a nice fit somewhere. And I kind of had a tough time with this one, but I have settled on the Carolina Hurricanes as a potential fit for a guy like Andre Burakovsky. What were we saying after the Hurricanes lost to the New York Rangers? That this team works their balls off every night for Rod Brindamore. Number one in dump-ins, number one in the league in puck retrievals. They work hard to score. And so I think that when talking about the Hurricanes, they could use another guy or two that can just give them an easy goal, a perfect shot from the slot. And not that Burakovsky is going to go out and be a 30, 40 goal scorer every season, but 20, 25, like he had a nice season. I think he was just over 60 points with Colorado. Carolina's a good team. They're a contender, right? And they've got a lot of speed up front, some good centermen. So I've got Burakovsky as a fit for the Carolina Hurricanes. What do you guys think?
Harper, you took my number one pick for where he should go, and that's the Carolina Hurricanes. So I'm glad we're on the same page for the first time here. I think it's a great fit. The thing they need is scoring. You're absolutely right there. And I think they need someone on the power play, and this is your guy for that. I think he's the cheaper option available out there, although he's going to ask for a lot of money. He has 61 points last year or something like that, 60 points. So we've seen the trend of him going upward here, and I think he's going to ask for a lot more money. He's going to ask like Nylander money, or a little cheaper. But I think it's a perfect fit in Carolina if they can make it work money-wise. And I think that he is the type of guy that they need to push them over the edge. They're obviously, the number one team in their division, but they need something to get them through the playoffs, and he's the guy, I think. So since you took my pick, I'll go with my number two, which I'm going to make you even happier, Harper, is the Buffalo Sabres. I think that this is the type of player that they can sign. He's not a top tier free agent available, but he is a solid guy to pick up, and they need the scoring. You've mentioned it before. They might be losing Olofsson and a couple other reasons of a scoring winger being a target for them, and I think that could be a good fit for Burakovsky.
Yeah, Burakovsky is a weird one, guys, as you've both kind of mentioned. Like, don't really know exactly what he's worth. Being in and out of the lineup in the playoffs reminds me of Thomas Tatar for the Habs, where he's a good player, and you just don't understand why he's not in the lineup. I get it was different for Montreal compared to Colorado. Colorado just had weapons up and down the lineup, and Montreal, Tatar just didn't really fit their system. But I think there is a comparison to be made there. Case, do you really think he'll ask for 6.5 roughly?
I think he'll ask for $6 million. I think that's his asking point where he's going to start. I don't know if that's what he's going to get, but that's where he's going to go.
Yeah, and you guys both mentioned Carolina too. Don't forget that, I don't know if you guys saw this report, but it was kind of big news a few days ago that Carolina is letting some of their players test the waters. They mentioned that Tony DeAngelo can test the free agent market, and same with a guy like Nino Niederreiter. So that's
Tony DeAngelo. They're letting him test the market because they're the only guy, or they're their only team that would touch him at the time. So they're like, yeah, sure, you go ahead, test the market.
Yeah, go back to the Rangers.
This is your Niederreiter replacement,
exactly,
in my mind.
Well, that's why I thought it was a perfect fit. But I'll say this, if the guy is going to be asking for a bunch of money, $6 million, someone will probably overpay him. And word on the street is Seattle is going to be going after some big name UFAs this summer. So I could see that making sense. It's a bit of a cop-out answer because I thought Carolina was also a good one because of the Niederreiter news. But I'll say Seattle, I could see a fit there.
Yeah, I thought about them as well for sure. And in case I like the Buffalo thought there. But I actually have to go back on what I said about Olofsson. It does look like there's a good chance that Olofsson is going to stay on an extension. He had a really good finish to the regular season with the Sabres and picked up his scoring, and so I think that he could maybe be sticking around. But I love the idea of that for sure. All great options for Burakovsky.